Hello, hello, Yvonne Wadley here. Hi. Okay, let's take all this off, right? So I showed up in the other page earlier today putting this on and showing you how easy it is and all the things, right? So now it's time to take it off. So you have multiple options, right? And it's very, very important that you remove your makeup first and then cleanse your skin. So this is like my nightly routine. This is my routine, right? So I use this, the make off spray. You can always use a make off wipe. And if you ever have received samples from me or anything, you always get one of these, so you get to try them. And they're very big and they're very nice, and I love using them. But and I actually have some on my nightstand because a lot of times I'm just like watching a movie and I'm like falling asleep, and I'll just like wipe off my face and kind of leave it there and just go to sleep. So just so that I won't go to sleep with my makeup on, because I know that happens. I know I'm not the only one, but that is like horrible to fall asleep with your makeup on, right? So I have some of those on my nightstand just for that specific reason. So I do use the make off wipes very, very often, but if I'm being intentional, I use the make off remover, especially if I'm using the waterproof mascara, because this puppy will not fall off with just a wipe. Just saying, right? That thing like will stay. So I'm gonna take off these lashes first so that I can reuse them tomorrow or the next day whenever I choose to use them. And then I'm gonna use the makeup wipe, the makeup remover, and you can use this for whatever makeup you have on. I did 5 spritz because it's kind of running out. So you just let it sit there for 10 seconds and then you kind of gently massage it, and it's kind of breaks down the makeup that you put on. So it just breaks down the makeup, and then it's very, very easy for you to just remove it. So the reason it's important to remove the makeup is because before you cleanse your skin, is because you don't want to be rubbing all this makeup with your cleanser. Like, that's disgusting. You don't want that on your face when you're trying to clean your face, right? You want to get to your pores. You want to get to all that stuff that's stuck on your pores. So just be gentle and make it like a whole thing. A little bit of time for yourself. So this again just takes everything off. Where did it all go? Well, it's all there. And I just use either a wet towel or I just rinse my face on the sink. Right now for video purposes, we're using a wet towel. These are my favorite way to take everything off. When I use a towel, I make sure I use one of these towels. They're Norwex towels. I have a friend that sells this product. So if you've ever heard of this product, or if you know somebody that sells this product, buy it. It's amazing. You will love it. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. One of my customers sells it, and I am so glad that I bought it because it's freaking amazing. I love that I can use the towels and just rinse them, and I don't have to worry that they're gonna get all this piled up bacteria and then hurt my skin instead of help my skin, right? Okay, so now that my skin is cleansed from the makeup, I gotta now cleanse my skin, right? So this is coming back in stock tomorrow. So Marula Oil, this has Marula Oil in it, right? With Toby hair on the bottom. So super good for and not just one pump. It says there to do 2 pumps. I'm good with 1 pump. Hi Leticia. This is like a little massage, little kind of a whole thing, but it really cleanses my skin, and it gets all whatever, you know, like right here it can get kind of grainy sometimes, or down here. Yeah, I don't have any of that thanks to this oil. So what it does, a lot of people I have super dry skin, But a lot of people with oily skin are like, well, I have oily skin, I don't need more oil in my life. Well, you actually do. Like, this does work for your skin, even if you're oily skin, because what it does is it breaks down whatever, a lot of times all the breakouts it's just like the sebum gets accumulated inside, but it gets capped with this like hard thing, and this breaks down the hard thing and then makes the oil come out. So then it drains your skin from all the gunk, and then it makes it not accumulate and give you acne. So this really, really helps. And it also, if you have oily skin, you also have big pores. Like, that's just how skin works, right? So if you have big pores, they're very prone to getting obviously filled with gunk, and this will clean the gunk out of your pores, making them look smaller. It's not going to shrink your pores. There's nothing that's going to shrink your pores. All we can do is clean our pores, right? Like, I have a very, I've noticed as I'm getting older, my pores get a little more noticeable around this area right here. But a lot of my friends that have oily skin have pores that are very noticeable, like around this whole area. Like, not just right here where mine are kind of starting to come up as I'm getting older, but like this whole area, and then up here. So this will keep your pores clean. This oil will break down whatever is like filling your pores and then kind of extract it, and then you don't have to worry about it. So if you're all into like the vitamin C, Marula oil has a ton more vitamin C than like an orange or something like that. So this really, really helps your skin. And then the oil feels really, really good. And you can go with a massage, and you can get like a massager, or you can get one of those, I like to kind of go like this with these two fingers like this right here. And it really is like a lymphatic drain. And then right here on my jaw, like all these little like nudges and ridges that you feel right here when you do it, you can really, really feel it when you're doing it with the oil. It like makes it a lot easier to do this kind of massage. So it really, really helps your face kind of just drain all those things, right? So we want to always go kind of up. So I like to do that. Just flush it out, flush it out, flush all things, right? So again, this oil comes back in stock as a collection tomorrow. So once you do that, so you cleanse your skin from the makeup, take off the makeup, right? And then on the other side of the towel that is clean, I'm gonna take off this. So on an everyday basis, I'm over the sink doing this, so then I just rinse it off. But when I am right here, I use one of these towels, and it works just as well. If anything, it might work a little bit better, because I get to like kind of really rub it down and wipe it off. And then whatever we rubbed on the neck comes off as well. And then whatever's on my hands, because some of the oil gets on my hand. And then we're gonna go with just this oil. So this is the oil I use at night. I still put iodized, so I'm still gonna go to my fridge where it's cold, because that's where I store it, and put it on after I do the oil. But for moisturizing purposes, I use this Marula Oil, Midnight Oil Serum, and it says from normal to dry. But I have a ton of friends that are oily skin that use this, and it works really, really well for them. And it'll just moisturize your skin and really hydrate it, make it, get your glow back, get that glow. And you don't have to worry about flaky skin. You don't have to worry about the weather changes, anything that affects your skin. And it also helps if you are currently on a skincare routine that balances your pH. This is also within our pH we have like a certain number that levels your pH, that your healthy skin, and it kind of purges it and then gets it steady. This is also within that pH, so you don't have to worry about disturbing your pH and getting acne and having to flush out and having to do all that. You don't have to worry about any of that. You can always add on your Marula oil at night, and you don't have to worry about that. So I just like to put that on, and your face will like really quickly absorb it and just kind of take it in as a massage. I like to kind of pinch my eyebrow, do like a little massage, do your thing, right? You can do like a face massage, you can just leave it alone, you can do whatever you want with it. And then I always like to rub it on my hands, whatever's left over, because, well, why waste it? But it really works. It has like a high content of vitamin, again, it has a high content of vitamin C, and it really helps with premature, or if you have wrinkles or fine lines, it really helps kind of restore that. It boosts your collagen production. So then, and even the massage itself, like the rubbing it on and doing your little massage, really boosts your circulation and your collagen production on your face. So then your face will like fill up, and that makes your like fine lines and wrinkles kind of go away or get diminished at least. So I am 43 and that's what my skin looks like. So I think I'm doing pretty dang good for 43, right? So, and I have never like really taken care of my skin until like the last 5 years probably, that I started like, I probably should do something about my skin. Before that, I didn't even really wear sunscreen. I was in the military. There was no time for sunscreen. We were just on the field doing things. We didn't worry about sunscreen. That was for the girls, right? So I never really took care of my skin until, again, like 5 years ago. I started noticing things started happening in my face. This like spots started happening, like sunspots, and then the melasma and stuff like that, that I was like, I probably should start doing something. So I started investing money on my skin, and then things didn't really work out. Like they would work out for a little bit and then they didn't work out. I would get like breakouts and be like, well, you're flushing, it's normal, la la la. And then I would keep using it, and it just did not make my skin better at all. And it wasn't until I started using LimeLife products that it was like, okay, so I went through the process of like, okay, it got my pH balance, and then it was fine, and then it kept being fine, it kept being fine, and my wrinkles started getting better and started getting better. And I always like took a picture before I started using whatever product I was using, just because the change is so gradual that you don't realize how much it actually is changing. So I wanted to make sure that I gave the product like a fair shot. So I actually took pictures with like different products before I started using them, or like the first day that I got it, just so that I knew how much my skin was actually changing. And that gave me like a really good before and after with LimeLife skincare, because I was already used to doing that with other products, kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt. And then I did it with LimeLife, and then it's like, oh my gosh, like my skin has literally changed so much. Like, and then my mom even noticed, before I even like started selling this or anything, my mom all of a sudden was like, oh, what are you using for your skin? I was like, oh, is this product that my friend sells and yada yada yada. And then she's like, oh, okay. I didn't want to say anything, which is like, why wouldn't you say something? But she's like, I didn't want to say anything, but I saw all these lines on your face and I felt so bad for you and yada yada. And she had recommended like Pond's lotion or something, but obviously I didn't buy that. But because she was like so worried that my skin was so dry and just like all this like wrinkles on my face, and I was only like 35 at the time, 36 at the time. So then she really noticed the huge difference, and now she's like a huge fan. And she used to have this like little, like kind of little squares on her arm, and she thought, she's like, well, I'm just getting old, that's just kind of what happens. And it was mostly on her left arm because she likes to drive with her window out and her arm out, and we're in Arizona and it's freaking hot and the sun's beating us all the time, and she doesn't wear sunscreen or any of that, which she should, but she doesn't, because, well, that's what she does. So she started getting all this like spots and little like squares on her arm. And then I gave her a bottle of the Do Confidence oil. So she started putting that on her arms, and she's like, oh, Lore, this is really, like, it got rid of the little squares. But she never took a picture, so I don't have a picture of it. But she's like sold on the products and how much they work. And she puts the mask, and now she does all the things. It's like, well, good thing you started now, Mom, that you're almost 60. But no, that you are 60. But I wish she had started a long time ago when I started. But it is what it is, right? So I hope you start before you get to that point. But again, this comes back in stock tomorrow as a collection. So one is a cleanser and one is an oil, like it's called Midnight Oil. So you put it on at night and then you rinse your face in the morning. You don't have to worry about cleansing it again because your face is gonna be clean and moisturized and balanced and amazing. And then also tomorrow is the last day to sign up for an Amaze box. So if you don't know what that is, it's our subscription box. So what that does, it's once a month, it sends you a surprise box. You don't know what's in it, so it's a surprise. And it has, it's $42, but you get up to $100 in product. And it's skincare and makeup, and the skincare obviously is not going to be like directed toward dry skin or oily skin. So it's going to be like usually like a neutral skincare product. So it's like a 40 cure cream, which is good for so many things. Or maybe we haven't gotten one of these in any of the boxes, so I'm hoping we get one of these days. Or like a One Drop Wonder. We got Aya Rise one time in our boxes. So we've gotten a lot of like really, really good stuff in them. They're like amazing. I highly encourage you. If you're like, well, I kind of want to dip my toes into LimeLife before I go full in, I highly encourage you to subscribe to the Amaze box. It is a great way for you to kind of test the things at a great value, because obviously you get up to $100 in product for only $42, free shipping the first time that you shop. You get you can add on to your cart not only the Amaze box but other stuff, and then you get free shipping. So that's all I have. If you want to be color match, if you need to get on my list of skincare for tomorrow when it goes live, let me know. I would gladly put you on my list and remind you tomorrow when we go live with the product in stock. Again, is the Midnight Oil. Amazing. It has absolutely changed my skin, and I passionately encourage anyone that's over 30 to use it, because it will definitely change your skin. I have my teenagers using it at night because the moisturizer part, because it's absolutely amazing. So they still use their cleanser, the Dream Clean, as a cleanser, and then they moisturize with the Midnight Oil because it's absolutely incredible. It has so many healing properties that it's so worth using, and it's going to make your complexion a lot more clear and make it glow and make it more like happy. As you can see, my face is happy. So that's all I got for you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you around. Take care. Bye.